COVID-19, an invisible monster, has brought the entire humanity to its knees with untold pain and misery. The lockdown of the past 2 months, with its physical and social distancing, has made us feel physically tired, emotionally drained, and spiritually disillusioned. Who can forget those heart-wrenching images of hundreds and thousands of migrants, our fellow citizens, builders of modern cities, fleeing on the highways, covering distance of even 2,000 kilometers, without food and water, accompanied by pregnant mothers and little children, dehydrated and exhausted, with the sole aim of reaching homes. We see sufferings all around us. All religions and scriptures have grappled with the mystery of human sufferings, but they do not give us an answer to the question, the why of sufferings. Sufferings, therefore, are an integral part of every human life. It is therefore imperative that each one of us comes to terms with the sufferings in my own life and in the lives of others. We are easily prone to look at sufferings both positively and negatively. What are some of the positive approaches? First of all, God does not send sufferings in order to punish us. He tolerates us just as our parents tolerate when we commit mistakes or sins, hoping that the children will mend their ways and return to the right path. Secondly, all sufferings are negative. Sufferings result when some good is missing. For example, love, justice, freedom, peace, joy, dignity, equality, security, etc. Thirdly, sufferings can inspire us to reach out to my needy neighbor through compassion and love. Fourthly, sufferings can purify me from pride, arrogance, self-righteousness, selfishness, and make me more humble, kind, service-minded, and sacrificing. What are some of the negative approaches towards sufferings? A person may be inclined to deny or refuse its existence in one's life. 2. At times, one could be driven to cry over sufferings and lament over one's misfortunes. 3. When sufferings become unbearable, we may be tempted to blame God or others for our sufferings. 4. There are moments of anger and terrible frustration. One may rebel against God or the loved ones and become very bitter in one's life. And lastly, overwhelmed by sufferings and yielding to despair and the apparent meaninglessness, one may seek escape routes like taking to drugs, alcohol, in order to live in an imaginary world of temporary euphoria. Now, I would like to propose some practical steps that might be of help in dealing with sufferings. First, in relation to oneself, awareness. In our finite and mortal existence, while we are on a pilgrimage here on earth, it is human, normal, and natural to suffer, and this is something universal. Number 2, acceptance. It is the law of nature that life evolves and emerges through pain and suffering. The grain of wheat has to die in the soil in order to bear fruit. The caterpillar emerges as a beautiful butterfly only when it breaks through the cocoon. Number 3, to be proactive. When one gets sick, one needs to fight it out by consulting a doctor. But one needs to accept the fact that the cure and healing may take time. Number 4, questioning. Let us not search for the origin of sufferings by asking why. Rather, let us find ways and means of coping with the sufferings in a constructive manner. Number 5, interact with people who are warm and friendly by sharing your experiences of sufferings in order to avoid the danger of isolation and loneliness. Number 6, prayer. Prayer can be a great source of consolation and remedy during the moments of one's sufferings. When everything looks dark and bleak, surrendering oneself in the loving hands of God can be a great relief. In relation to others, first of all, show respect and maintain silence before the sufferer. Secondly, console the sufferer genuinely and gracefully. Thirdly, allow the sufferer to unburden himself or herself by listening patiently without interrupting. Make them feel that you are with them in their pain and sorrow. Fourthly, be compassionate. Do not laugh at others' pain, even when it appears to be trivial or imaginary. Fifthly, do not become a messiah by promising magical healing to others' sufferings. COVID-19 has made us painfully realize that we need each other, and united we can fight this menace by being concerned about one another's well-being. Let us wake up to this clarion call and make a difference within and around us.